everyone. So in this video tutorial, we're going to show you how to connect the desktop app to Amazon Web Services. Okay, so we've got a blank S3 Bubble account that we've just set up, and we've got the desktop app. So open up the desktop app, and you need to log in with the same username and password that you used when you set up S3 Bubble. So I'll just log in now on my other screen. Okay, great. So as you can see, I'm logged in here. Now we're using the desktop app on the Mac, but on Windows you'll have a menu here, but in the Mac it's at the top. So if you click the AWS and enter credentials, it's going to ask us to enter an access key and a secret key. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do this so we can connect this desktop app to Amazon Web Services, so we can start saving money by using this to upload our content. Okay, so to do that you go to I am, okay, and then under policies you want to go to policies, and then if you go over to our documentation and go to the desktop app here, then you'll see that we've got connecting to desktop app tutorial here. Okay, so connecting the S3 Bubble to the desktop app. Now if you scroll down, you'll see that we've got our example policy here that you want to use. Okay, so you want to grab that policy, go to I am, we're going to create a policy, and we're just going to use the JSON that was used here. So it shows you what we're doing in the documentation, but we're literally just allowing access to CloudFront and S3, and also limiting the permissions down as much as we can. So here's where you can add tags and then review, and we're going to call this connection to desktop app. Okay, and you can give it a description, anything you want. Okay, so create the policy. Okay, so once a policy is created, you've basically allowed some permissions. We want to attach that to a user then. Okay, so now we want to go to users, okay, and we want to add a new user, and we'll just use the same name as we used on the other one, but you don't have to, you can use whatever you want. Then we're going to go to programmatic access because we want our keys, next permission, and then we want to attach the policy that we just created. Okay, so it's as simple as that, just attach the policy that you just created, review, and then create user. Okay, so this goes off, so you can download the CSV if you want, but then you've got your access key and secret key. So what I'm going to do is paste these into the desktop app, so I'll copy and paste now. Okay, so as you can see, I've pasted in the access key and I've also pasted in the secret key. So now we can click submit, and it will ask us to restart the app. So let's just restart the app. Okay, and now our connection has been made with the desktop app and Amazon Web Services. So one thing we're going to do here is you're going to need a setup when you first start off. So we're going to use a cloud formation stack. Okay, so this might seem a bit confusing, but we're starting to put up new setups in our documentation. So if we just go back to our CloudFront template, so this is a CloudFormation delivery template. So you can create templates that you can simply upload, and it creates all the resources for you. So for some people it's quite confusing, Amazon Web Services. So when you go ahead, you have to create a bucket, then you have to create course configurations, delivery. We do everything in this template for you. Okay, so you don't have to handle any of that confusion. You simply go over to CloudFormation, you're going to create a stack, you're going to upload the template, and then if you download the template from here, you just want to upload that template. Okay, so I'll just grab the file now. Okay, so you can see we've got our delivery template. We'll click next. Here's where you can enter your stack name. So this can be our delivery workflow, and then here's where you're going to want to put in your company name. So it could be any company, my company, just my comp. Okay, and next. You don't need to worry about any of the other options. You can just simply scroll down and click create stack. Okay, so what this is actually doing is this is going off and it's creating all the assets that you need and services within AWS for the full workflow. Okay, now this is just a delivery bucket. We've got different cloud formations templates for different things, but in this tutorial we're simply going to be using the desktop app, and we're going to be uploading to a bucket and with CloudFront delivery. Okay, so we're not going to be touching any of the main S3 Bubble website. It's literally just using the desktop app, and then it's going to be uploading directly to S3. Okay, so we're just going to have to give this a second while it completes. It does take a while to create the CloudFront distribution as it deploys, but as soon as this is done, I'll come back to this tutorial. Okay, great. So as you can see, our delivery workflow is now created completely. So what we can do is you can go ahead and look at the resources, and you can see it's created a bucket, it's created a policy for that bucket, and it's created a CloudFront web distribution. Take a look at the output, so you can see we've got a delivery bucket and we've got a CloudFront distribution. So this stack has set up everything for us within Amazon Web Services. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the desktop app. Okay, I'm just going to open it back up, and I'm just going to log back in, and the same details you use for your S3 Bubble account. Okay, and remember we made the connection in the previous tutorial, so what you can do now is you can simply drag in your video, whether it's audio or video. You can choose your renditions, and obviously there's all the extra stuff, posters, audio, subtitles. We can actually add our URL DRM encryption here to prevent our videos from being downloaded, and here's where you can add a title and description, but we're just going to skip everything for the purposes of this tutorial. And then as you can see, our stack's set up and it's created our delivery bucket. Okay, and it's just automatically selected our CloudFront distribution. We're going to use a random ID, but you can put in any folder structure you want here. Save and continue and submit. Okay, so what this is going off now, it's using all our computer desktop resources to encode the media. Okay, so if you were encoding this in AWS Media Convert, or you're doing it in Amazon or any cloud service, they're going to charge you based on compute time. But because we're actually doing the encoding on your local computer via the desktop app, then it's not going to cost you anything. So you can save lots of money a month on your encoding bills by simply switching over to the S3 Bubble desktop app. It obviously doesn't work in certain workflows, but it is saving people a lot of money that want to move over to this workflow. Okay, so as you can see now, it's got one chunk and it's uploading all this to AWS, and it's uploading to the bucket that was created with our CloudFormation template. So it's done everything kind of for us. Okay, so what happens then, it pretty much just outputs a code. So this code can be pasted into any WordPress HTML website, or you can simply take the code. Okay, and we've got a demo theme here, so let's go ahead. If you just create a demo theme, you can see our demo theme here, and we'll just create a new post, and we'll just click desktop app, and this is all encoded to HLS, adaptive bitrate. There's lots going on here. Okay, and then we just want to go down to videos. Okay, so we enter the code and we can click submit. This then generates all the files needed for our player to play, so we can go ahead and take a look at our player. Okay, and our player is playing. We've got our BIF thumbnails, it's adaptive bitrate with all the different bit rates here. Okay, so we've got quite a nice advanced setup here. We can then also go ahead and put the same code in for our Roku feed, so that we will be using this video for our Roku feed as well. So you can open the Roku feed here and it will show our Roku feed. So this is all the details for our feed. Okay, so you can simply paste that into the Roku developer portal, and here you can add some captions as well if you wanted to add captions that will also be generated across for Roku as well. So that's how easy it is to just use the desktop app, upload, and then you can use this with this content. This code obviously can be used with the WordPress plugin as well, but that's how you make the connection with the desktop app. And now we're good to go. We can simply just upload our content. We don't need to worry about any connections now. We simply drag our videos into the desktop app and then we can just upload them.